who we like to call Son of Genius, showed up just in time to help Nana raise a wall.
There you go. This is the inside wall. Opposite that one that was raised on the last video.
Yep.
How cool is this? And this one's taller, right?
Yes. It's 7.5 feet.
7.5 feet. Wow.
That's taller than Shaquille O'Neal.
See?
There you go.
He brings the pop culture references.
Oh, that's awesome. Not nearly as many places to fall off.
Well, I am kind of worried about the bull bag, but there you go.
Yes, she's using a level.
Don't tell anybody.
No, oh, you're not online or anything.
Levels
No.
are for sucks.
No, that's measuring.
Oh, measuring's for sucks.
Oh yeah, measuring. My bad.
Measuring, yeah.
Measuring's for sucks. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, now we got to get that whole thing knocked over though on the top, which is not going to be easy.
Okay, I'm hanging up. This is crazy. You guys got this in. What, you got 2 rafters in now, right? Both ends.
Yeah.
But it's a rafter.
Across the top, baby.
Yeah, oh, makes sense. I knew that.
And you framed in this short wall.
Yeah.
And you put, behind you, I see there's a board plus line across where there's still...
Well, because what the people don't know is that tomorrow's Thanksgiving and everybo's coming to our house for Thanksgiving, and I didn't want a giant death trap.
Yeah, no kidding.
My grandson, he's learning to talk with his hands from me. That's what we're doing, right? Okay, you ready? Okay, it's like, we didn't want 8. We'll start again. A giant death trap luring children to their demise as they fell to the earth and...
Y'all are nuts.
He started it.
Yeah, I know, I can tell. That's it, blame it on the kid.
All right. When in doubt, blame it on the kids.
I love this. This is crazy.
Okay, go over there and tell me when this looks level. Hello, and welcome to How I Spent the Apocalypse, which I decided today has been mostly cleaning up garbage that I've kept to build with. So, I had all these doors, and as I told you, I'm going to use the doors along the front to make, to turn that, basically put in passive solar.
Right.
This is thermopane. This is thermopane, the stuff with the injected gas in it.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's, now I had to cut the rotten part off the bottom so you can see
Solid styrofoam.
it's solid styrofoam between 2 pieces of exterior plastic, which, you know, not necessarily what I would pick to do a wall with, but it's what I have.
Well, and it's going to be lighter weight than solid wood doors.
Well, I wouldn't use doors, baby. I would just
I
use
know.
windows if
I
I
know.
wanted to. If I didn't have a stack of doors, then I told you how I got the doors. So, but they're damaged like this because when Meyer rented this, Meyer had them over here because he was going to use them. I had gotten them. I had them tarped. Meyer wanted them to put in this treehouse, so I gave them to Meyer. Meyer had them inside the carport. He rented this place. The renters trashed this entire fucking place out in a way that was unimaginable, really. And no matter what I say, you'd say, "Oh, that didn't happen."
It did.
But anyway, one of the very first things they did was they took these doors, and they not only took them out of the carport, but they put them on the outside of the carport where the water ran off the roof and down them.
Right down them, yeah.
So this one's not in too bad a shape, but that one over there I had to completely rebuild. And the blinds in it do not work.
So
And they
that's
work,
gonna
but
be-
now they work on a they're supposed to work with a magnet. So maybe if I tried a really strong magnet, stronger than the one that came with it, because that glass is locked.
Right.
So the thing that moves the blinds actually is just a magnet that slides back and forth and opens the blinds. Who knows when those blinds broke, but they're broken. And of course they're broken in the closed position.
Of course they are.
But since I basically am stuck doing what I already planned, so it's just going to have to stay like that. And maybe someday we'll find an old, very strong magnet and maybe get the blinds open. If we ever do, then they'll stay that way because we're going to need it for us. But at any rate, I've got to clean all this off. And it's easy to do, though, because they completely damaged it leaving out. So it should be easier to paint this one.
Yeah.
When I go to paint them, they should be easy to paint because all of the varnish is off of them.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I got to clean them up, and then I've got to haul them up there. I'm actually going to get my nephew, Sean. I'm going to go get him tomorrow to help me move them because they're very heavy. And I'm an almost 62-year-old woman, so carrying them up the stairs into the treehouse by myself, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Now, what am I going to do about these holes? There's fucking holes there.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
As you know, I have many, many can lids.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a can lid and put it on each side, drill a hole through the middle, and bolt it together. Mm-hmm. And then the hole here, see this hole?
Yeah.
I'm going to put a piece of tape over that hole, poke a hole in the middle of it, put the nozzle of spray foam in there, spray foam that fucking hole.
Be full of spray foam. Awesome.
And now I need my wife to put that camera down so she can help me flip this door so I can clean the other side.
Will do.
Don't stay. So this door and the other door were made to be hung together so that you could open them up and have, well, a two-door opening.
Right.
All right. So this one has all kinds of crap on it that we don't need. First off, we don't need the hinges. We'll use them later.
Yeah, hinges
Somewhere.
are always good.
In fact, give me a second. So we're going to just remove the hinges. You can tell this is a high-dollar door because of the quality of the hinges. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Lynn, follow me, but don't trip over that. All right. So, as I've said, I'm always reclaiming doors, using them for sometimes things that aren't doors.
Mm-hmm.
If Lynn will pan over here, she can show you how many hinges I have. Now, I don't ever get rid of hinges because you can use them for, of course, hinges. But you can also do some weird shit with them that people don't even think of. Like you can use them for a mobile bracket and shit like that.
Oh.
So you can never have too many hinges. And by the way, if you ever use them for something other than a hinge, immediately you'll need a hinge.
Yes.
But
That's experience.
But yeah, so if nothing else from reclaiming and recycling these doors, I got probably, this is probably, looking at this is probably a $30 set of hinges if you had to buy it today. They're heavy, heavy duty because these are heavy doors. And there's 3 of them to hold one door, which also tells you how heavy the door is. Because you can see, and they have these. These go into the wood and hold them while you put the screws in.
That is neat.
So you just hit them with a hammer. They also keep it from sliding when it's hung. And if your door is, as you know, if you're well hung, you're okay. There we go. So now I have 3 more hinges. Okay, but see that mess over there?
This thing?
What a mess. I don't need that. This is actually what, in these big expensive houses, this is a slide latch. So what it does is there's a hole in the floor or the slab, and this comes down and it hooks into it.
Oh, it slides down and
yes,
hooks
it
into the
slides down,
hole.
it's broken.
Yeah,
How did that happen? Well, there's a reason they threw it away.
right.
And if it wasn't broken before, by the time the idiots jacked with it 3 times and put it under the overhang, it would be now.
Right. And so you're going to get rid of this.
I am going to get rid of that. That's going to take, I'll show them in a second. Right now I have to clean up the mess I
Right.
just made.
Okay.
Okay, so you can tell that there's some water damage and rot on the bottom of this. The one that had the worst water damage was that one. So I cut that one first, and now I'm cutting the other 2 to match that one.
Okay. There you go. That makes sense. So you're cutting off the damaged part on the
Okay,
bottom.
So the first thing I got to do is I got to take all this up. See all this shit? This is that thing. This is not plastic. Parts of it are plastic, but this is actually metal.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to get rid of it. So, as with most things in my life that I've never dealt with, it's like, I wonder what I have to do. Well, turns out it's easier than it looks. There's some little plastic pieces in there that are mostly decorative that pop out if you hit them with a hammer. Or a screwdriver. I actually used a screwdriver probably not. I'm sure how to do that too. So, you can just get a screwdriver and get it underneath there. And then just, once you pop it, it just pulls right out.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
And exposes the metal. So you can actually see.
Well, no, I'll show you what it exposes when I get to it. Okay. So, all of that comes off. Now, here's the latching mechanism, which I'm always looking for one of those because I'll get a doorknob or something from somebody and it'll be missing these pieces. That was actually bent and broken,
Yay.
which at some point somebody tried to break into that.
Yes, they did.
Which probably was not a burglar. It was probably, knowing my friends that I got the doors from, it was probably somebody locked themselves out.
I can't imagine anyone would ever do that.
Yeah. And not them either. It would be one of their boyos.
Yeah, one of their boys.
Their boyos would have done it. Okay. So, ooh, there's some nice spiders in there.
Yay. Not. Comes with-
Okay, so when that's gone, you can see.
Oh, I see screws.
Yep, here's the screws that hold it in place.
Okay.
Now, it still will not come off because, unless the glue is gone, and that door was rotted to shit. That door was also one of these like this. I had to take all of this off that one. It was rotted to shit, had all kinds of trouble. But the glue that holds this part here against the door, yeah, I had to pry up that whole thing to get it to come loose. But the screws, once you get that open, there they are. Most things like this, it's just using your head, looking around, seeing what makes sense. Sometimes, though, you're just flying by the seat of your pants. Lots of times you're flying by the seat of your pants if you're me. But yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with that shit. I'm going to hang on to it for right now. Probably go on a landfill later. One of my landfills. Probably stick it in a wall or something.
So another pause for cleaning.
Yes. And once you get those screws out, this part just drives out.
The latching mechanism.
The latching mechanism just drives out. Well, unless there's a piece of rubber shit holding it in. Right? See, that's the latching mechanism. And I don't know, that's probably a good piece of metal. I could probably use that to forge with. It's not very big, though. It's not very big. Okay, so, like I said, I learned the hard way that there were not actually screws holding this piece down.
Once you get those out.
It's glued. And it was glued with this weird thing. It's like a strip. And yeah, I had to knock the whole thing on that one loose before I finally got it. Let's see if this one's, yeah, this one's going to do the same thing.
That is some kind of glue now.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a strip. When I got in there, it was like it looked almost like Velcro, but it wasn't Velcro. It was like a strip of epoxy or something that they put down and then
Really massive two-sided tape, huh?
not even.
Yeah.
It was epoxy. It was epoxy.
Wow.
And oh, I remember I put this. I got it under there and kind of pried it up.
Okay, we'll come back when you've got that taken apart.
Okay. All right, 15 minutes and much cussing later, there's that glue strip. See what I mean? It looks almost like Velcro. And
Well,
I'm telling you, whatever it is, and you can see here it is on the other side. Whatever it is, it was meant to last because these doors are old, they've been rained on, they've been messed with. It took me longer to do that than it did to pull all the screws out.
Wow. Yeah, and a crowbar and a hammer and
Yeah.
screwdriver and yeah.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
There you go.
But it's stripped down to what we can actually use now.